We must stop it, and we must stop it here. We must stop it now. And so
strong words from Green Bay Bishop David Ricken as Catholics across the country take a stand against a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services mandate. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight.
The Catholic Church says it's a violation of its religious beliefs to offer coverage of contraceptives and other reproductive health services. Fox 11's Kelly Schlicht has balanced coverage tonight on this growing controversy.
After communion at St. Francis Xavier Cathedral in Green Bay, Bishop David Ricken addressed the faithful about what he says is an affront to the First Amendment rights of Catholics.
we will not comply with this unjust law. It's a joint effort in solidarity with all the Catholic churches in the United States of America to bring to people's awareness what's going on with regard to the Health and Human Services decision.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says starting next year, all employers, even religious organizations that provide health plans to their employees, would be required to include preventative reproductive health services. It's a decision Planned Parenthood has championed.
They employ a lot of men and women who don't necessarily practice the Catholic faith. It seems unfair to penalize a woman who works for an employer that is about a faith that she doesn't practice to get basic, fair health insurance.
The bishop says while he realizes that many Catholics out in the world may take advantage of those services, he says the Catholic Church shouldn't be footing the bill.
If we pay for those services for people who work for us, then we're saying, in effect saying, well, don't do it, but then giving the money to pay for it.
The bishop's statement gained him a standing ovation in church.
I wholeheartedly agree with what he said. I don't believe that we should have to provide abortificants and contraception and abortions.
But Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin says Catholic bishops are simply preaching to the choir.
And in fact, the majority of men and women in this country think that women should have access to birth control in their health insurance coverage.
Some Catholics in church on Sunday say their voting power is roughly 70 million strong across the nation. And they're not afraid to let their voices be heard during an election year. In Green Bay, Kelly Schlicht, Fox 11 News.
The bishop says the American Council of Bishops is strongly urging Catholics to petition lawmakers regarding the mandate. Meanwhile, the U.S. Supreme Court recently decided to grant an exemption to an evangelical Lutheran school in one state on grounds of religious freedom. We have a link to the bishop's letter and the decision of that case on our website, fox11online.com.